What up, y'all? I got this Assa 700 oval cylinder, and it is a 7-pin lock with Hourglass spools in it. This is the blue belt version of the lock, and it's got the pin 1 and pin 7 are tapered, and then 2 through 6 are the Hourglass spools. So I'm going to use this SS Dev Sparrows deep hook with top of the keyway tension. We're going to go straight to that tapered pin in the back. And then pin 6 gives us a little counter rotation. We set it. And pin 2, a little counter rotation, set it. And now the front tapered pin's pretty high up, so even with this deep hook, I take it to this ledge right here. Now we got a pretty good false set going. Alright, counter rotation on 3. Okay, we set 3, but we dropped this tapered pin. Tapered pins, that's what they're all about, is dropping and having to be set multiple times. And now we got pin 4 giving us some counter rotation. Alright, we dropped pin 1 again. Put that thing back up. And now we're going to go to pin 5. Where are you at, pin 5? There we are. Alright, we got our counter rotation. And we got it set. Now, pick this tapered pin. It should open. There we go. So I want to try one more thing before I give it a gut and we can look at the cool pins inside. When I was messing around choosing all my different hooks and testing stuff out, this is one of the last things I tried. It's the short hook from Jimmy Long's with the flat tip. And I was able to go all the way to the back and set that and come up front here and boom, and it just opens that easy. And that's because, I think, as you're going back there, setting that high pin, you're kind of doing that rocking. It's just setting all those pins in the middle without oversetting them. So you never know kind of what tool is going to work best for you. Just give a bunch of stuff a try. It gives you an excuse to use some of that stuff you might not use very often. I'm going to go ahead and give this little guy a gutting. Alright, so we've got our key here. First, I'm not using a C-clip, but I'm using one of these rubber O-rings because these clips, they're real thick and you gotta bend them open with pliers, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt to do on camera. You never know if you're gonna have to try a bunch and mess up a lot, and it's awkward. Alright, so we got us a shim in here. Shim everything all the time. That's my thing, shim everything all the time. Alright, and then we got our follower. It's kind of a thick follower, a little bit thicker than normal ones. There we go. I'm currently working on the black belt version of this lock, and it's got 4 Christmas tree pins in it, a few of which are max cut, including the one right behind the tension tool. And so as I'm trying to set those Christmas trees with the float picking and everything, I'm having a hard time with my pick placement. Ends up dropping things. I've gotten it open with 2 pins a couple of times, 2 Christmas tree pins, but it's a little bit demoralizing. So I switched to this one just to have a little bit of change and actually get something open. I think this one is older than the one with the Christmas trees in it. And that's why it's got different drivers. So we got our tapered pin there. See, there we go. Now, number 5 has a master wafer in it, and there were 2 other chambers that had master wafers in them, but I was able to take them out because they were above the shear line. This one, even though it's above the shear line, I can't take it out because the key pin is so short that the driver sits below the shear line. Another tapered pin. It gets shaky doing this on camera. It's not even whether lock is hard or not. It's just the fact that it's on camera gets me all shaky. We're going to leave the springs in there. They're all the same. So the lock body, nothing particularly special about it. This one has seen some wear. It's got big old chunks taken out of it. But the holes up there where springs go is regular old holes. And the core doesn't have any modifications, like the black or red belt, however it's pinned. It doesn't have any undercutting like its big brother does. It doesn't have like the lip of a gin spool get caught in there or anything. The tapered pins are pretty effective though. And I think it's crazy that even with this bitting, which looks pretty good, even with one master wafer, we were able to open it just by picking 2 tapered pins and setting all the other spools with the shaft of the Jimmy Long's pick. Those Jimmy Long's picks are great. Highly recommended, the flat and the round tip. Alrighty. Afraid to do this, I'm shaking a little bit. There's our hourglass spools and our tapered pins on the left and right. And the key pins are just regular. There might be a little bit of tapering on top, but I wasn't having a hard time oversetting anything. Alright, well I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.